2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. A beautiful evening in downtown Memphis, Tennessee. Our setting tonight, the FedEx Forum. Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. GA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Grizzlies first found an identity with grit and grind. As a rookie, Jaren Jackson cut his teeth alongside Mike Conley and Marc Gasol. And he said, now it's next gen, but it's still the same sort of mentality. We take defense seriously. That's our staple. And when you do that, you usually win. Guys?
They do. Great philosophy and attitude. Thanks, DA. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for Andre Drummond.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. The stars of this team in the post, Harris and Embiid. Outside the wings are Curry and Green. And it's Maxey in at the one. And for the Grizzlies, Adams at center with Jackson next to him. Then it's Brooks. Then it's Tyus Jones. And it's Bane in at the two spot. And Greg, when it comes to load management, why do we see more of it now than when you play?
Well, for me, the science of sport has evolved, and it's not just the athlete. It's the technology and the science that goes into making a better athlete. That's why you're seeing load management far more acceptable to the masses now, understanding that this is about the long game.
Trying to get open is Brooks, and the basket by Jackson.
And that is quickly becoming Jackson's domain. He's such a strong finisher in the paint.
Now here's Curry against Charlotte. He was really on his game. Shot clock at 5. Back to Embiid. Pulls up. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. Here's Brooks. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And the quickness of Brooks's drive can be overwhelming. Burst inside before the D can react.
To the paint, here's Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Back to Jones. Left side, Jackson. Back to Jones. Over Maxey. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And the pass to Harris. Embiid inside, defended by Jones. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist from Tobias Harris.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
It's hauled in by the 76ers. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
Yeah, and they took both games they played against this club last season.
I like this matchup for him. Not a cakewalk, not going to be easy, but they clearly have the advantage.
And along with terrific production, Harris is an interesting team leader, very positive in his approach.
They now take the lead.
Hey, he's so good at running to the right spot at the right time in transition. Seth Curry, somebody you've got to have an eye on in the open court.
Now here's Jones. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And Greg, Harris has grown more vocal as his comfort level on the team has risen.
And Kevin, he's always had it in him. Now that he's a veteran, he's earned the right. He always seems to bring the guys together.
Here's Maxey. Embiid trying to break loose. Goes back up. And the layup is up and in.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And the Grizzlies call their first time out of the game.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
We have a chance now to look at the teams that have created the most points off turnovers this season. Fifth best, the Grizzlies.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
Adams outside. Here's Bain. Back to Adams. Trying to get something going. Maxey grabs the miss.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Count that bucket.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Green against Brooks. He dishes it to Adams. Jones looking for an opening. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here is Harris. His last outing, he had 18 points. Here's Curry. The 7-footer falls.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Outside, Green. To the inside. Stolen by Jackson. Here's the break. Brooks against Green. Jackson trying to break free. It's good. Brooks has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And there's a little size to Brooks. 6'7", and he can get it done against good D inside.
To the middle. Here's Embiid. A shot off that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Bain. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Count the basket.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Kicks to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Tell you what, fellas, like seeing Harris be engaged from there. I mean, refusing to settle for the simple layup. Nice finish.
Outside, Jones. Pass to Adams. Down low. Here's Jackson. Good D by Embiid. And the 76ers with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. And yes, it's good. And it's 6 points for Tobias Harris.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Now here's Jackson. Last game, 26 points. Brooks, the pass to Bain. 5 on the clock. Releases. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
Yeah, they call him Dancing Danny Green, and you can see why. Excellent offensive instincts there.
Outside, Jones. Brooks against Embiid. And Embiid with the block. And he's able to get it back.
Look at how well Embiid uses his size on defense there, swatting down the shot and doing it with authority.
Now, here's Maxey, defended by Jones. Harris outside. Over Jackson. Here's Embiid, and he goes big with the dunk right over Jaren Jackson.
Embiid right there to get the rebound and put it right back up. Excellent anticipation.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Last season, Embiid posted career highs as a scorer. And, Greg, he did it with unbelievable efficiency.
And how about hovering around that?
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Tillman, he's checked in for Adams. Anderson comes in for Jaren Jackson. Conchar is checked in for Dylan Brooks. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Bain. And then for Philadelphia, Korkmaz, he's checked in for Green. Matisse Thybulle comes in for Curry. And it's Shake Milton in for Maxey. Now here's Anderson. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Jones from outside. It's hauled in by Harris.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Yeah, second chance points, a huge issue right now. They're getting steamrolled inside.
Well, guys, nobody's boxing out. I mean, I could go out there and get an offensive rebound. They're just watching. If you're the coaching staff, that's unacceptable.
Here's Anderson. After the made shot from Joel Embiid. Anderson dishes to Jones. He can't hit that time. Good D by Embiid. Fast break, Philadelphia. Thybulle can't get it to go. And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for Memphis. It's a 10-point game. 1:33 left in the first quarter. Teardrop shot. Offensive rebound. Pass to Tillman. The second chance effort. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Thybulle. Here's Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now here's Anderson. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Korkmaz. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Anderson passes to Tillman. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
Good D by Anderson. Now Melton over Thybulle. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
A big-time effort for Joel Embiid, providing a lot. And one of the better young two-way big men in the NBA, Jaren Jackson. He talked about how his defensive responsibilities grow.
Probably be more of a backline help, talk more, give more help for the rotations because, you know, depending on what team you play, there's a lot of specific things you got to do to guard a certain player.
Well, with his 7'4" wingspan, Jackson has all the tools to be an elite rim protector.
But advanced understanding of positioning. His father was an NBA player, so he's been taught the game from a young age.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
Early on, guys, excellent work on the boards here. I mean, you got to like those second chance points they're getting.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Matisse Thybulle's out there with Shake Milton. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Korkmaz at the 3 slot.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
The Grizzlies trail by 16. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Pass to Milton. Wound up there for Clark. Milton finds Clark. That one drops for him. Milton's got his first bucket in this one.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Milton driving inside. And the layup falls. And the 76ers lead by 16. The Grizzlies shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Now here's Anderson. He's tightly guarded. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one. And the NBA shifting the rules. We're seeing record-setting scoring. But Clark, some think the officiating has shifted too far in the offense's favor. What do you think?
Well, I can certainly understand that sentiment, Kevin. It has created a circumstance where the offense does have the upper hand. That's always been the case, but it's tilted more so that way. But I think it's good for the game. Basketball is a contact game, but it's not a wrestling match. So I don't have a problem with the way the game is officiated as it is right now.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
Now, here's Thibault. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And I like the timing that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
Here's Melton. Last game he had 13. Here's Conchar. Misses the layup.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Milton. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Philadelphia shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement, so that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
First one falls for him. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jackson, he's checked in for Tillman. Brooks comes in for Kyle Anderson. And it's Bain in for Conchar. All free throws good for Milton. Here's Bain. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in it.
Thibault, the pass to Milton. Inside. And that one's good. Drummond. Drummond's got 4 points in the quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels. You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. The Sixers have improved under Doc Rivers, who helped to define roles. Rivers said, "I did that day one. We're playing through Joel, but Ben is the facilitator." And Ben Simmons said, "Doc's holding everybody accountable. It's about staying focused and not getting distracted. We have to stay locked in." Kevin, back to you.
Well, they've got the talent for sure, D.A. Thank you. Here's Milton. Jaren Jackson making his last shot. Milton kicks to Korkmaz. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Clark. Melton feeling it out a bit. Driving in. Bain. And he overshot that one, missing. The 76ers leading by 15. Here's Korkmaz. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Here's Drummond. The shot will not fall. And Memphis the other way now. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, and you know, to come up short at the line is frustrating because that's controllable and it's actually a free throw. So you feel like you leave loose change out there when you don't convert.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
And Philadelphia changes here for the Grizzlies. Adams, he's checked in for Clark. And Jones subbed in for DeAnthony Melton. Then for the 76ers, Green, he's checked in for Korkmaz. Seth Curry comes in for Matisse Thybulle. And Maxey subbed in for Shake Milton. Here's Niang. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Maxey, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 15. Here's Brooks. It's hauled in by the 76ers. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
To the inside. And there's Jackson on the assist from Jones. And that's now 10 points for Jaren Jackson. And here is Curry. He's got 7. The pass to Niang. Here's Maxey. Feeds to Drummond. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the 76ers. On Thursday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. And then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Embiid, he's checked in for Andre Drummond, and Tobias Harris subbed in for George Niang. Kick out to Adams. 5 to shoot. Here's Jones, and he drops it in from the low post. Jones has got his second basket of the night.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Embiid, no good. The Grizzlies trailed by 14. Here's Brooks. He doesn't hit that one. Great tee that time from Green. Pass to Maxey. And there's the drive. Here's Embiid. Stolen by Jackson. Looking to end his cold spell. He squares up and sinks it. Brooks has got 8 points.
Oh, nice play from Brooks down in the paint. Not afraid to get physical on the inside.
Maxey passes to Curry. Down low. It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey. And the 76ers lead by 14. And the Grizzlies shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. And the latest wrinkle in Seth Curry's game, creating for others with consistency.
And he's taking time with his reads, letting the defense commit, then making his move. All part of that maturation process.
Now here's Jones. And a clever pass fake kept the D from closing in. 6 points for him.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here he goes. And they pick up 2.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 14. Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Now here's Jones. 6 points for him. And Adams kicks to Jones. 1:24 left to play in the first half. Pass to Jackson. Green with the rebound. Philadelphia leading by 14. Here's Maxey. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And it's 8 points for Tyrese Maxey.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Jones, the pass to Jackson. Over Green. Again, the miss by Jackson. Philadelphia shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor.
Smart drive that time by Green, sliding in around the defense and getting it to go.
Here's Jones. 76ers getting the bucket. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Green, the pass to Kerr. It's tipped. Here's Bain. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Adams trying to free himself up. Bain, no good. The 76ers shooting in the second quarter has been superb. 58% from the field. On the wing, Harris. Curry looking it over. Outside, Green passes it to Embiid. And he makes that one. Embiid's got 14 points for the game.
You know, with all he does offensively, at his size, Joel Embiid is like a cheat code, a special talent.
And so it's Philadelphia closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. Their defense has been active and effective. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Taylor Jenkins is here with us in the second quarter, Coach. Tough sledding at both ends of the floor. How do you fix it?
You know, it hurts our offense when we're not able to get stops and get out and running. So not a good quarter for us. No, we just got to keep being aggressive defensively and be a little bit more disciplined.
And we'll see if that can pick up as the game continues. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Joel Embiid.
Be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Memphis. Adams at center with Jackson next to him. Then it's Jones. Then there's Dylan Brooks. And it's Bain in at the 2 guard. Here's Bain. Here's Adams. And Curry pulls it down.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Now here's Jones. Bain passes to Jackson. Can't hit from 12.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
To the paint, Harris. And that one drops. Harris has got 10.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Here's Bain. Brooks with no one around. Bangs home the trifecta. 11 points in the game.
Oh, spacing the floor. Brooks is comfortable shooting it from deep.
Here's Embiid. He can't get that one to fall. Adams, some nice D. Bain passes to Jones. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. The pass to Bain. Adams trying to free himself up. They get it again. Good D by Embiid.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Pass to Maxey. He kicks to Harris. "13 feet away, and it's off the back rim, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 21. On the wing, Jones. Pass to Jackson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And this is where Jackson feasts. And at times, he's just too overwhelming for the D, which results in the foul.
The Grizzlies shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys. Shooting two.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
And you have to respect Jaren Jackson's toughness. This kid has had some early injury struggles, but he always returns to the floor determined to pick up right where he left off.
And Memphis making a change here. Clark's checked in, and then for Philadelphia, Andre Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid. Matisse Thybulle comes in for Danny Green. And it's Shake Milton in for Maxey. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The 76ers leading by 19 points. Milton the pass to Thybulle. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Chemistry at its best, an unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
And it all had to be, because that's not nearly as easy as they made it appear.
And Clark, though he's improving offensively, Thybulle earns his minutes at the defensive end.
Well, how about this, Kevin? Joel Embiid said Thybulle has the potential to be the best defender in the league, and that's with Embiid watching Ben Simmons defend at a high level. But his combination of length, strength, and willpower and want to makes Thybulle incredibly disruptive.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Good evening, Kevin. Now, the NBA does get high marks for its diversity, but there is some frustration on that front when you look at head coaches and front office positions. All-star Karl Anthony Towns said, men of color deserve a chance to lead a team, run an organization, and make their mark. Not just with a jersey on, but with a suit on. Guys?
Thank you, David.
A big night for Jackson so far. He's a talented scorer and only getting better.
Passes to Milton. Four on the shot clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. And here's Harris from the arc. Grizzlies with the rebound. Brooks outside. And the three off target. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Philadelphia. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Offensive rebound. And Drummond throws it down.
Hey, if you don't box out Drummond, this happens. He's an exceptional offensive rebounder who can hurt you big time with the putbacks.
Now here's Jackson. 14 points for him. High arcing shot. And Curry pulls it down.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
The pass to Milton. Here's Thibault. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal.
And Greg, you were a hard-nosed defender. Would you be frustrated by what they're calling a foul today?
You know, I would based on how I played, but if you grew up in this era, this is just the way the game is, and you have to adapt and adjust, and that's what you're seeing with the players. Guys can defend it every bit as good as they ever have. In fact, I would argue they're better defensively today because they're not allowed to grab and hold. So the league is focused on offense. The fans seem to love it, but at the end of the day, you still got to get after it defensively.
He's off on the first. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Tillman, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Anderson comes in for Dylan Brooks. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Bain. And then for Philadelphia, George Niang, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. And it's Korkmaz in for Seth Curry. He hits the second from the line. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Jones, the pass to Tillman. Pass to Melton. And Jones has it in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Jones has got 9 points.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for him.
Here's Melton. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Niang passes to Korkmaz. Drummond in the post. And it's in there. Drummond's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Anderson outside. He feeds it to Clark. The shot's good. Clark's got his second bucket.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Now, here's Thibault. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Milton kicks to Korkmaz. Pass to Thibault. From deep three-point range. And they'll get another chance. Drummond passes to Niang. Lets the 3 fly. The offensive rebound. And Drummond throws it down.
Another day, another chance at the rim for Drummond. This is where he likes to do his best eating.
Jones with it. He's got 9. Wound up there for Clark. And it's Clark slamming it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
Here's Korkmaz. There's the dish to Drummond. Here's Niang. There's the triple. Good on the triple. Niang's got his first 3 points of the game.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Melton with the ball. Working on Drummond. Melton, no good.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Passes it to Niang.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Shoots it. Tries again. And Drummond kicks to Milton. Back to Drummond. Up and in on the
Andre
layup.
Drummond.
Drummond's got 10 points here in the second half.
Everything the big man does is working right now. It's Andre Drummond's night. Keep that ball coming to him.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
If you look at the leaders in rebounding, it's almost a sure thing that Drummond's name
Is here for the Grizzlies. Steven Adams comes in for Clark. And Conchar subbed in for Tyus Jones. Then for the 76ers, Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Andre Drummond. Green comes in for Matisse Thybulle. And Maxey subbed in for Shake Milton. Now here's Anderson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 1:14 left in the third quarter of the game.
Get there.
Green deciding where to go with it. Chalk up 2 there.
Danny Green.
Yeah, you know, we all think of Green as a shooter, and he is, but he's capable of more than that. He scores in other ways, too. Sneaky athleticism.
Here's Anderson. Can they get it? And it's good. 2 points.
exactly what they want right there. Continue to get good looks.
Now here's Maxey. He's guarded by Melton. Korkmaz passes to Maxey. There's the pass to Niang. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them, and as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Anderson. Basket counts. Anderson's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Here's Niang. Shoots the 3. Offline. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth, we've got Green, also Maxey out there, Joel Embiid out there with Korkmaz, and it's Niang in at the 4. Now here's Adams. Brooks dishes to Adams. Here's Melton. Another shot, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Embiid.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Philadelphia.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Free throw drops for Melton. We're seeing a lot of top high school players opting for the G League over college now, Greg. What's your advice to top young players on their path to the NBA?
And, well, Kevin, I think you just answered it. It's their path. And I don't think the same path is right for everybody. There are going to be a lot of talented young men and women who want to go to college for the experience, for the environment, for the networking, right? You're going to make some of the best friends you'll ever have on a college campus. Having said that, though, some kids aren't into college, aren't into school. They want to just go and pursue their passion and their craft, and that's why I think the G League and the developmental leagues that are out there are so good for these young players.
Here's Green, and the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Brooks has got 4 rebounds in this game. Curry with the steal. And now running it up the court, Green pushing it all the way. It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
It's Curry. That time on the assist from Green. Green's got 6 assists in the game. Memphis has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And he drives in. Yep, it counts.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Curry passes to Embiid. Brooks against Curry. Harris looking it over. Shot clock at 6. Embiid. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
It goes on Kyle Anderson.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone more confident than Embiid.
He's got plenty of confidence, and he's a funny guy, too, extremely entertaining. He said, the mindset I get when I'm on the floor is that I'm the best player in the gym. And much of the time, he ain't wrong.
The free throw drops for Embiid. The dynamic, Greg, between players and officials is always interesting, with some players saying they think there's a lot of room for improvement. What do you think?
Well, we do see players getting teed up for simply making their case, and really the guys just want to play. So, yeah, you love to see a little bit more harmony out on the floor, and maybe we need to get those two groups together in the offseason to break bread and try to smooth over that relationship.
At this point of his career, winning is everything to Embiid. He's tired of early round playoff exits, and he wants to try to win championships.
Here's Springer. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Traps in the tray.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Now here's Adams. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Adams has got his first 2 points.
A solid distributor. I think Jackson is gifted at reading defenses and then being able to spot the open teammate.
Here's Springer. Here's Harris. Now the feed to Embiid. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
Well, you know, there's only so much you can do against Embiid, guys. I mean, he's such a terrifically skilled offensive player with great size. I mean, he plays pretty much through any kind of contact.
Now, here's Melton. Well, Clark, with the success of the play-in tournament, Commissioner Silver pushing for a mid-season tournament with the winning team earning $1 million per player.
You know, Kevin, adding additional games I think would be a challenge. I'm not quite sold on that, but I do know that $1 million would incentivize role players. The question is whether or not star players would be as motivated to add more games in the middle of the season.
And here are the 76ers now, following the score by Memphis. And the dunk by Embiid.
A precision passer, Curry, also excellent at seeing his guys when they're open.
Jackson against Reed. Jackson looking it over. Pass to Melton. And here's Brooks from outside. And Curry pulls it down. Curry's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Reed. Kicks to Curry. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Passes it to Harris. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Boy, that's an outstanding job by Tobias Harris there, keeping his composure and concentration, then converting while under pressure. Well done.
And you watch Harris, he's been playing with a high level of confidence.
Well, Greg, he puts the work in during the offseason. It's obvious. That's why his game looks like it comes easier to him now, because he's refined it through his work in the offseason. And in a lot of ways, he's bearing the fruit of that labor, and it's fun to see.
Greg, last season, we saw a lot of opinions about the play-in tournament, especially from players. Where did you fall on that thinking?
Well, I'm going to put on my fan hat right now, Kevin, and I thought it was exciting. I mean, seeing the stakes get raised for those teams that are right on the edge, I think it brings more interest for teams.
But if I was still playing, I probably wouldn't like it if I had locked up the playoffs and still had to go play to earn a berth.
Now, here is Reed. Here's Springer.
Grizzlies foul. That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Philadelphia. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
Matisse Thybulle checked in for Seth Curry. He hits both from the stripe. Now here's Jones. To the middle. Here's Clark. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Amazing how many players we're seeing come into the NBA, Clark, from all over the world right now.
Well, it's truly a global game, Kevin, and give credit to former Commissioner David Stern and certainly Adam Silver and his staff. But the league is a global league. The star players have done a great job of promoting it as a worldwide game as well. Every year you get players from multiple continents, Asia, Africa, Europe, Australia. Basketball is, again, it's a global game, so it makes sense we'll see more players from all over the world in the NBA.
The first one falls. The 76ers making a switch here. Milton's checked in. And so Clark nails both of them.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Now here's Milton. And that one's good, Bessie.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
The Grizzlies have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9. Culver kicks to Williams, and there's the pass to Culver. Now here's Jones. Just 5 to shoot. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And Culver gets it to go on the assist by Williams. Culver's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now Milton. To the paint. Here's Springer. The layup off target. And it's Jones with the ball for the Grizzlies. Over in the corner, Williams. Aldama. Reed covering. Basket good.
Boy, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
With the drive. The shot's good from Milton.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. That's a thing of beauty.
And here's Culver. Even with the offensive explosion we saw last year, Clark, there were some elite defensive teams. Which team do you think has the toughest D in the NBA right now?
Well, I think you could lean towards the Sixers for what I evaluate. I mean, they had 2 Defensive Player of the Year candidates last season in Embiid and Simmons. And Simmons is as versatile and tough a defender as there is in the league. They set the tone for the rest of the team. And you can't discount the Golden State Warriors either. When you've got a guy like Draymond Green and other good defenders with him, that team can be pretty stingy defensively too.
Now here's Culver. Lobbed up there for Clark. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
so good to see young players have a feel for creating for others, and Culver flashed his potential as a real playmaker.
Here's Springer, defended by Jones. Picked his pocket. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Jones is running. That one's not going to go. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Here's Springer. Milton with it. Over Williams. Another miss by Philadelphia. Grizzlies have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth. Right around 46-47%.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Springer, defended by Jones.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter. A shot by Milton, no good. For Memphis, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. On the wing, Jones. Well, Greg, for those of us who have never played in the league, what's it like traveling all over the country over the course of a long regular season?
Come on, Kevin. I bet you had a nice J back in the day. But seriously, it's a whirlwind tour, man. Sometimes you don't even know what city you wake up in. And I can tell you there have been many times where I've gone back to the front desk complaining because my key didn't work, and only to find out I was using the wrong key.
Here's Bassey. Nice D from Williams.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Philadelphia.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was
for Joel Embiid.
And, you know, there was no stopping him tonight. Whenever he got the ball, he was looking to score, and rightly so.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. He kicks it to Culver. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Well, you look at Culver and you watch his game. He's a tough two-guard now. He's strong, he's got good length, and he's very skilled.
Here's Springer. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the